Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Litter Media Live. I'm your co-host, Mike Smith. Aaron Glandon also joins me, and we're also talking to our good listeners on Litter Media Radio. I don't know if any of you have looked at your calendars yet, but this is the last Friday in February.
This is it, folks.
A week from today.
Even though we get an extra day.
That's true, the 29th.
Yeah.
But this time next week, it'll be March the 1st.
Yes, it will. On March 1st, 2014, so this will be the 10-year anniversary, I broke my collarbone.
The what anniversary?
The 10-year anniversary of when I broke my collarbone will be next Friday.
So now you've opened the door. We got to know how you broke it.
I was skiing.
As in snow skiing?
Yes.
Where did this take place?
Mad River Mountain.
Which is in northern Ohio. Mansfield area?
I don't know.
Mad River.
And when I was 13 years old.
No, I think there's a different one near Mansfield. Clear Fork.
I don't know.
I've heard of it, but I just can't remember where it is.
I fell around lunchtime, and I was with my youth group, and I told my pastor, Nate Toppins, I was like, Nate, my shoulder really hurts. He said, oh, you'll be fine. And so I skied for the rest of the day till about 8 p.m., and then we left and went back to the church, and we got back to the church, and my parents looked at me, and they said, what's that lump in your jacket? So,
I thought you were going to tell me that Nate tried to rub it out.
No.
Oh, Nate was a bird. He's over in Dayton now, I think. He and his wife and family. Yeah. Well, don't break anything this weekend. It's too busy a time of the year.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you all about that busy time for Litter Media Radio and the Litter Media crew, Aaron included, over the next 2 days, and all the places we'll cover that in sports here in just a little bit. A look at the weather, a pleasant day today, sunshine with a high near 50. But things go a little bit south temperature-wise tomorrow. They're even talking about a chance of some snow tomorrow. I don't know that it's going to be anything, serious accumulation, but a high of around, 34? Well, it looks like early in the morning.
Yeah, 39.
Which, as you can see, the temperature's warmer at night, but as the evening or the overnight goes, that's where it starts cooling down. Yeah. So we get down into mid-30s for a high tomorrow. But then we're back to some sunshine on Sunday. I think there's a possibility we could get back up to upper 40s or about 50. And then I think there's 60s in the extended forecast for next week.
Maybe.
Some, in fact, a lot of news topics along with a lot of sports to tell you about, so we won't delay. We'll get right on it here on Litter Media Live.
But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you are in need of a cleanup job, you need a big dumpster, call Carl at 740-253-8389 if you're in any of these counties on the ghost map behind, or if you're listening to the radio, go to our website, littermedia.com, click on Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Anywhere you see it, it'll take you to their Facebook page, and you can get a hold of them, find out what you need. 740-253-8389.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
If you want to find news pertaining to your area, visit our website at littermedia.com, and you'll find more information on many of the stories we'll tell you about today. But starting out, we're in Pike County. Pike County Sheriff Tracy D. Evans advises that there will be traffic delays beginning in March. These delays will be for the movement of 35 super and mega-sized loads through the country. The loads will begin movement from Manchester eastbound on US 52 to West Portsmouth. The movement will remain in West Portsmouth overnight, then begin the next morning moving westbound in the eastbound lanes of US 52 into the city of Portsmouth. The trucks will continue moving at very low speeds through Pike County on US 23 and will follow the US 23 northbound into Ross County.
And no, we don't know what it is yet. But this is not the first time they've done this, and it always starts getting off a barge in Manchester and then makes its way up through here. So when we get closer to the actual event, we'll give you some more information.
UFOs.
Could be. Aliens. In 2020, the Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce joined the Leap of Kindness movement. On the first Leap of Kindness Day, 50 chambers in 30 states had thousands of people take part by cooking a meal for first responders, collecting essential items for nonprofits, doing canned food drives for food pantries, or something as simple as having students write a thank you card to someone they love. So our local chamber participating in that, again, this year.
City of Lancaster has recently decreased the speed limit on North Memorial Drive from North Pierce Avenue to Whittier Drive south from 50 miles per hour to 35 miles per hour. Please use caution in this area while everyone is getting used to the change.
So when you're in Lancaster next Tuesday,
yes, and you just slow down.
Of course, if you're not used to driving 50 on that, you probably wouldn't have anything to concern yourself about.
Probably not.
Congratulations to all of the 2024 Ross County DD Month Award winners. The awards banquet will be held at Chillicothe High School March 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. Honorees include Najarius Simmons, Caleb Urig, Carson McCloskey, also Emily Ewing, Danny Riddle, Danny's an old friend of ours, YMCA, I shouldn't say old, a longtime friend, YMCA of Ross County, Tiffany Steiner, Peggy Exline, Crystal Arledge, Mark Waltrus, and special recognition to Chris Hiles, another longtime friend of Dan and Mike. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife will receive and release 85,000 rainbow trout across the state beginning March the 13th. The 95 stocking locations were chosen to give as many anglers as possible a chance to reel in the feisty fish in the months of March, April, and May. Now, locally, area bodies of water that will be stocked include Yoctangi Park Lake, which is pretty much an annual thing in Yoctangi, the Cowan Lake Youth Pond, and Rocky Fork State Park Beach Pond. So get ready, anglers, and get out there and get you some trout.
There are a few places in the Buckeye State, Ohio, more awe-inspiring than an old-growth forest. Among them is Lake Catherine State Nature Park Preserve in Jackson County. With the help of generous donations to Ohio's income tax checkoff program, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Natural Areas and Preserves, that's a mouthful, is protecting what remains of these ancient forests in a variety of ways, including habitat preservation and restoration.
I wonder what qualifies an ancient forest.
That's what I was wondering.
You have to find a caveman out there running around to make sure, or
Lots of Sasquatches.
or something drawn on the tree.
Yeah.
Caveman loves cave woman. Something carved into the tree. I'm not real sure how that works. Students at Pioneer Center have been working hard on their art show series. And they've got some entries that they're going to be putting into the opening night showcase at the Pump House Center for the Arts on March the 7th. That'll be open to the public, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. So if you want to get out there and see some of the great artwork from our Pioneer Center students, check that out. Now, the show will run through the entire month of March at the Pump House, but that March 7th is opening night.
In an effort to provide the residents of Pike County area with the information about job and training services and resources that are available through the Ohio Means Jobs Career Center, Pike County, the Workforce and Business Development Program of the Community Action Committee of Pike County will be visiting various locations throughout the area each month in the Ohio Means Jobs Pike County van. And you can see that van right there on our graphic if you're watching on Facebook. During these events, representatives will provide information about available jobs in the area, educational training opportunities, and supportive services for local job seekers through the grants that fund these programs. The next OMJ Van on the Road events will be Monday, March 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Walmart Superstore located at 990 East Emmett Avenue in Waverly.
And there'll be some other dates in the future, but that's one of the first ones this spring. A lot of topics. You'll find most of those stories on our social media or at littermedia.com. Also, a lot of sports to talk about. The postseason trail, not only for basketball, but bowling and swimming. And what did the Buckeye men and women's basketball teams do last night?
We'll tell you coming up.
You got it.
But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. If you click on this link anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it'll take you to Accurate's website, or you can go there by yourself if you're listening on the radio and you don't know what this image looks like. It's AccurateHVAC.com. They can handle your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Sports is next.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
And don't forget the McDonald's locations in Chillicothe, 4 of them here in town, as well as Greenfield, Waverly, and Circleville. McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
And I love high school sports. And last night, our coverage on Litter Media Radio got underway with girls Division II district semifinal action. This thing was a combination football game and track meet. It was rough and tumble, but they were absolutely gassed in the third quarter from running up and down the floor.
I always find that girls' games are more physical than boys' games.
It's gotten that way, yeah. It's gotten that way. Years ago, it wasn't. In fact, I remember John Wooden, great legendary UCLA coach, saying 25 years ago that women's basketball had become a more pure basketball play because it wasn't as rough.
Right.
Now it's getting just the same. But anyway, Unioto picked up a 54-39 win over Marietta last night. So now they advance for a rematch of last year's regional tournament game versus Fairland. Fairland was a big winner over Warren, 59-40. So Unioto and Fairland will rematch, only this time for the district championship next Wednesday, the 28th, at Southeastern's Larry Jordan Gymnasium. That is a 6:15 tip-off. Now, before we talk about what's ahead tonight for us and tomorrow, let's talk about what else happened in the world of basketball last night. Division III semi-winners, Portsmouth, a winner over South Webster. Minford, victorious. Division IV, Waterford with a big win over Trimble. And Sims Valley beat White Oak. Now, tonight, Litter Media Radio will have a double header. Both of those games at Zane Trace, but they're different divisions for boys basketball. The D3 sectional final has the Adena Warriors taking on Northwest. Northwest, by the way, was the SOC Division II winner this year, champion. They're 20-3. They have 2 players that have scored over 1,000 points in their career, with one of them having scored 50 in a game this year against Western. Wow. The Warriors will come in at 16-7. Our airtime somewhere around 6:05. Yours truly, along with Tom Beard and Dan Ramey. Now, the nightcap is a Division II sectional final, also at Zane Trace. That pits Miami Trace's Panthers, champs of the FAC, against New Lexington. We have a triple header for you tomorrow. It starts with the girls' D2 district semi. The undefeated Lady Tigers of Circleville will take on the Athens Bulldogs, who were champions of the TVC. Then we'll go down to Waverly for a 4:15 game as the Adena Lady Warriors take on Federal Hocking. And then the nightcap, this is the one I think is going to be a challenge, getting from Waverly to Miami Trace High School for the D2 sectional final between Unioto and this year's Cinderella team, the Logan Elm Braves. In that final, we hope to be there in time to get on the air by 7:50. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off at Miami Trace High School. Why we say Logan Elm is the Cinderella team, because they caught fire at the end. They upset Taze Valley, which kept them from winning an undisputed championship, and then they upset number 3 seed Washington Courthouse earlier this week.
Busy people this weekend.
And you have some games you're covering.
I do have some games I'm covering.
Where are you going?
Tonight I'm going down to Piketon. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. I hope you know where you're going before you take off.
I know. I'm going to Waverly, and I'm watching Piketon versus Portsmouth tonight.
Gotcha.
That's what's happening. Tomorrow, I'm going to Piketon and watching St. Trace.
And they will be taking on number 3 seed North Adams.
Exactly.
So the Pioneers will have a challenge. But Aaron will have updates on those games on our Litter X, or formerly known as Twitter, coming up
with
tonight,
articles coming out after the games.
All righty.
In swimming, our player of the week from yesterday, Lindsey Bright of Logan Elm, scored a 13th place prelim time in the 200-meter freestyle and 12th in the 500-meter freestyle prelim. Wheelersburg's Katie Boggs had a 16th place time in the 100-meter breaststroke to qualify for the finals. Warren's Mason Francis had the top qualifying time in the boys 50 freestyle. Levi Pretty of River Valley was 4th in the prelims. Athens 400 freestyle relay qualified for the final with the 16th best time. Chillicothe's Ryan Blum missed qualifying time in the 100 butterfly by just 0.45 seconds. D1 prelims begin Friday with their finals on Saturday.
And that is, of course, the state swimming championships in Canton.
In bowling, D1 bowlers advance to district. Teams from Chillicothe, Hillsborough, Miami Trace, and Washington advance. Individual qualifiers advance from Jackson, Taze Valley, and Logan.
Basketball in the college circuit last night for both the Ohio State men and women. Well, the guys, everybody was ecstatic with interim coach Jake Diebler picking up a big upset win over number 2 ranked Purdue. And then last night they lost. Their 17th straight road loss, Ohio State men, 88-79. So you go from the low to the high. The Lady Bucks of Ohio State, red hot. They beat Penn State last night, 82-69. The women's team from OSU can clinch at least a share of the Big Ten championship if they win their game on Sunday. So, and I think they're still ranked number 2 in the nation. On the pro circuit, the Cleveland Cavaliers cooled off last night by the Orlando Magic, 116-109. But I believe the Cavs are still in second place in the NBA Eastern Conference.
Let them know.
When we come back for our This Day in History, we actually have 2. Aaron will share one with you, and then I'll share another one after that here on Litter Media Live. Another great sponsor, Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. You can find out more at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier. Transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
This Day in History, we have 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, do you want me to do the first one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Takes us back to 1940. Folk singer Woody Guthrie writes one of his best-known songs, This Land Is Your Land. You ever heard that one?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Used to
pretty
sing
good.
it in grade school.
Did you?
Yep.
I didn't do that. We sang, I don't remember what we sang. we did sing a song.
Something from the Beatles, maybe.
No, it was a patriotic song. I'm really blanking.
Star Spangled Banner?
No, it was Proud to Be an American. That's what it was.
which is a contemporary song.
Yes.
Yeah, the old we sang Low Bridge, Everybody Down, the Erie Canal song, and this one. I remember this one.
Born in Okama, Oklahoma, I think that's how you pronounce that. In 1912, Guthrie lived and wrote of the American West, a place of hardworking people and harsh environments rather than the romantic cowboys and explorers. This Land Is Your Land, which Guthrie wrote while living in New York City, reflected not only Guthrie's support for the common folk, but also his deep love for his country.
Arlo Guthrie, I believe, who was a very popular singer in the 70s. He was at Woodstock. I think he was in the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, or Alice's Restaurant, or something like that. I believe that's the son of Woody Guthrie. If not son, grandson, but they were Arlo Guthrie. I'm pretty sure they were related. Now, this next one didn't happen on this day, but it does involve a history maker from our area. By the time Frederick Patterson enrolled as one of the first African-American students at The Ohio State University in 1889, he was accustomed to breaking barriers. The son of an escaped former slave who had founded a successful carriage business, Patterson had no other options but the all-white high school in his hometown of Greenfield, Ohio.
Hey.
When he was refused admittance, his father filed suit against the school board. The family prevailed in court, and Fred went on to graduate as valedictorian of his class at Greenfield. Good for you. At Ohio State, Patterson continued to excel, playing on the football team as a sub for at least 2 seasons as the first black football player at Ohio State University. He also participated in the Horton Literary Society and served as assistant business manager for the Lantern student newspaper.
He was a busy guy on OSU campus.
Yeah. So, isn't that something? We're not going to let you come to school here, but when they finally have to let him in, he ends up
smartest
being
guy in the class.
Valedictorian. Good for you, Fred Patterson. So those are the historical moments for our show on Friday. Again, the last Friday in the month of February. Anything movie-wise this weekend?
I this past weekend finally got around to watching Singing in the Rain, and we talked about it briefly.
And you
off
liked
air.
it, you
I
said.
did like it. I liked it a lot. It was really good.
Did you learn anything that you thought, that's where that came from?
The Good Morning song, which you can sing if you want to.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah.
Are we allowed to sing that?
I don't know. We just got fined if we did.
We'll see if YouTube strikes us.
That used to be, I think, on a Kellogg cereal commercial. And as I was telling you, a popular radio show in Columbus when I was growing up, O'Malley in the Morning on WNCI, he would always play that.
Right.
And I kept thinking, where's that coming from? I always thought it was Judy Garland. But when I saw Singing in the Rain, I finally realized that was Debbie Reynolds that sang that, along with Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor, by the way. So you haven't been into the movie theater recently?
No, but I will be next weekend.
And that's for Dune?
Dune Part 2.
Okay. My wife and I, we went to see the first 3 episodes of The Chosen for this season. I think episodes 4 through 6 are out now. I can't do it tonight or tomorrow night with all the games. I think we may go Sunday to watch that. So,
there you go.
There you have it. That's going to wrap it up for this final Friday in the month of February. This time next week, it'll be March the 1st. Aaron and Dan will be back with you on Monday of next week as we start down the final road, final path in the month of February. I'll let you sign it off today.
All right. For those of you watching on Facebook, goodbye, and listen to us on the radio tonight, where Tom Beard and Mike Smith will have all the action.